Hello, this is the World University and School News and Question and Answer on Monday, November 11th, 2024 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, California, West Coast of the US and Canada. And I think it's 7:30 p.m. in parts of India. Please check your time converter to join this open WUAS news and question and answer from your time zone, from your place, if you would like. I post the announcements for these on Twitter at twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH and twitter.com/WUASPRESS, as well as in two blogs and also recently on LinkedIn. And we'll post the recording of this to youtube.com/Scott McLeod World University /videos. And as a way to participate in this at another time, not in conversation directly. So a little news about MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki World University and School. First, excited for, on the nonprofit wing, the tax-deductible wing, the CC4 licensed ocw.mit.edu-centric Wiki World University and School wing, a 501c3 U.S. federal tax exempt legal entity in GuideStar also. For the about 200 planned online World University and School medical schools, a set of tweets in Korean too, in the Korean language too, and per the November 12th, 2024, that's tomorrow, asianhealth.stanford.edu event on achieving health equity and regarding gastric cancer among Asians. How to develop hashtag a realistic virtual earth for surgery and a new hashtag realistic virtual earth for cancer regarding hashtag gastric cancer WUAS and hashtag surgery in G Street View with hashtag virtual surgery simulations with hashtag telerobotic surgery. And two wiki schools at World University and School, cancer_biology, both capital, wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki cancer biology, and the surgery wiki school, first in English, soon at some point to be in other languages potentially. So this set of tweets retweets Yang-Hee Wu MD's Twitter post from a few years ago. Great to connect with gastric cancer GC research enthusiasts over the net. And Yang-Hee Wu, MD, who's giving the Stanford talk tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. West Coast time, 10 p.m. East Coast time in the USA, is retweeting a Harvard MD, Andy Chan, and which Andy Chan's Twitter post reads, "Happy hour for our SU2C gastric cancer interception team. A little early to have a quarantini for our friends in Korea, but great to connect across Boston, NYC, Philly, and LA with a Massachusetts General Hospital Twitter feed and a Massachusetts General Hospital Cancer Center Twitter feed and some other Twitter feeds." So this is an exciting opportunity for World University and School to further develop a realistic virtual Earth for cancer, and with a focus in particular on gastric cancer, and potentially in collaboration with Stanford Medicine and Stanford Medicine Asia, Stanford Asian Medicine, and regarding gastric cancer in Asian populations. So will we be able to potentially even develop surgery, telerobotic surgery, robotic surgery in the back of Toyota ambulance vans at World University and School, with even humanoid robots, such as the THR3 humanoid robot from Toyota humanoid robot, or similar, becoming MD professors of surgery in the back of Toyota vans, potentially. So medical schools emerging also potentially for surgery and other medical specialties in mobile Toyota ambulance vans and similar. This is something World University is seeking to develop in a variety of ways. And this is a great opportunity potentially tomorrow evening with this talk by Yang-Hee Wu, MD, at Stanford Medicine, Stanford Asia Medicine, for World University and School to explore doing this in the Korean language, since Yang-Hee Wu is, I think, has Korean ancestry. She has a Princeton University undergraduate degree, and she has professional competence in the Korean language. Interesting set of collaborative possibilities. These two sets of tweets, these two tweets that Yang-Hee Wu, MD, and Andy Chan, MD, shared were during the pandemic, the SARS-CoV-2 pandemic. Interesting and funny to hear them having, in Andy Chan, MD's Twitter post, a quarantinee during the time for 2.5 years that many people spent at home due to the SARS-CoV-2 pandemic, the coronavirus pandemic. Agenda item 1. Let me just see if people want to join us. Not yet. Another set of tweets regarding a great MIT Media Lab talk on Friday, November 8th, 2024, with John Maeda. The title of the talk was John Maeda, Building a Hybrid Career Across Tech, Business, and Design, or How I Learned to Speak Human After MIT. And it was with Hiroshi Ishii at the MIT Media Lab, who introduced John and also stood next to John at MIT in the Media Lab as John gave his talk. And John Maeda talked about many things. He's the former president of RISD, Rhode Island School of Design. He's now working at Microsoft in Seattle, where he's originally from, as a Japanese American, on AI and machine learning. And in some Twitter posts, I said, onsen, or hot springs, thanks. John had talked about different quarters of life in his talk, and I'm asking him regarding the title of his talk, Building a Hybrid Career Across Tech, Business, and Design, or How I Learned to Speak Human After Leaving MIT. And John has also written a book titled How to Speak Machine, or Machine Language. I'm curious how we might do this if we live for more than 122 years, with that being the upper documented known limit for humans, with aging, reversal, and extreme longevity gene drugs emerging. And check out the my blog post from Thursday, November 11th, from Saturday, November 9th, Yakushima Macaque blog post regarding some of this further. And that set of tweets retweeted John Maida's link to a draft of his video talk, Navigating a Hybrid Career. He's had quite a hybrid career, I think. And check out the video. It's about 55 minutes long. And a first set of tweets to John on just after his talk, set of tweets reads, hashtag onsen thanks, THNX. That's ONSEN, THNX. It's a hashtag in Twitter. Question, how to navigate a hybrid career, how best to do this if we live far beyond 122 years of age with extreme longevity and hashtag aging reversal, hashtag genetic drug therapies emerging as heralded by geneticist, hashtag GeoChurch, and with the aid of hashtag a realistic virtual earth, with the link to the incredible Peter Norvig, Tulify AIWUS article, Revolutionizing Education with Machine Learning and AI, World University in School, which is about a realistic virtual earth in part, as well as about diversity in MIT OpenCourseWare languages, for example, and also about a virtual Harbin hot springs. My set of tweets concludes hashtag metaverse WUAS, since John Maida has at the top of his Twitter feed posted the picture from Second Life, which is also on the cover of a picture of from Second Life is also on the cover of one of my books, my poetry books. And John has, I think, a long history with the metaverse and Second Life, it seems, and at Harbin Book. So onsen thanks, question how best to navigate a hybrid career if we live far beyond 122 years of age with extreme longevity and aging reversal genetic drug therapies emerging as heralded by geneticist GeoChurch and with the aid of a realistic virtual earth in the Tulify AI WUAS article. Metaverse WUAS at Harbin Book. And that retweets another Twitter post by John Maida, building a hybrid career across tech, business, and design, or how I learned to speak human after leaving MIT, smiley face, and which is his announcement for his talk on Friday. Check out the Yakushima Macaque blog post from my blog, scott-mccloud.com, from Saturday, the 9th of November, 2024. Agenda item 2. This is both to a Google Educator Group lead in India, Dr. Vishal Varia, who also makes announcements for GEG Ahmedabad in India, and to Peter Norvig, Google AI Director, and to Sid Mazumdar, Pin Mazumdar in Health and Human Services in the US federal government and all. It's also in the blog post from titled Indian Elephant, which I think is actually on Saturday, November 9th. Yakushima Macaque may be Friday, November 8th, 2024. Hi, Vishal Varia, Peter Norvig, Sid Mazumdar. Thanks for your email. It's been a while since I, at MIT OCW-centric Wiki World University and School WUAS, has heard from you, Vishal Varia, and Google Educator Groups, India and Ahmedabad, and regarding your recent Canva Community Labs announcement of an upcoming online live stream, where the Canva webpage lists many countries besides India that the Canva group and perhaps Google Educators Group Google educator groups are involved in. So I've primarily been in communication with Vishal Varya about Google educator groups in India and regarding World University and Schools seeking to create online major MIT OpenCourseware-centric universities in all of India's 22 official or scheduled languages, and in all potentially 28 or 29 states in India. And this announcement from Vishal Varya with Canva Community Labs seems to suggest that they are collaborating in other countries beyond India. So my email continues to Vishal Varya, Peter Norvig, Sid Mazumdar, and others. In MIT OpenCourseware-centric Wiki World University and School, growing a worldwide abolition movement to protect people, e.g. from the wrongful buying and selling of people in the illegal sex, drugs, and violence, etc., in industries internationally, and tragically regarding international organized crime even, and regarding your, Vishal Varya, quote, BCC earmarking your emails for security purposes, end quote. I think having put my phone required number on the previous form for the Canva event, which I did when signing up per Vishal Varya's request for this upcoming live stream from Google Educator Groups India and Canva. I think having put my phone number on the previous form for the Canva event could be a risk to me. Since, for example, since I'm in asylum in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, from the SF Bay Area, California, and seeking to move forward into a newly safe Canyon 94516, departing in 3 weeks, and as a whistleblower, and having called law enforcement in both Pennsylvania and California, and that there's security in emailing many people, such as all of you above in these regards. So the email I sent to Vishal Varya and Peter Norvig and Sid Mazumdar had about 10 people in it, and I continue to send about 500 people an invitation to these WS News and question and answer on Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with the emails public for security reasons. I think creates a network of potential security. Thoughts, Peter Norvig, Vishal Varya, all regarding these questions? Thanks, abolitionally, in asylum, best wishes, namaste, friendly Quaker greetings, yogically, Scott. P.S. Are you, Vishal Varya, beginning to teach Scratch programming language, coding with Lego robotics, Lego Spike Prime robotics, and in Indian schools, and even with the Block Talk new generative AI conversational artificial intelligence for helping teachers learn how to teach the Scratch programming language. So are you in India teaching the Scratch programming language in Indian schools and in Indian homes too? In Google Educator Groups India or GEG Ahmedabad or with Canva. And check out the programming and robotics wiki subjects at World University and School. And another set of tweets, MIT OCW centric wiki World University and School equals about 200 online, hashtag WUAS UNIVS equals World University in School equals WUIS, hashtag WUIS on Twitter, with this incredible hashtag Tulify AI WUAS, hashtag Peter Norvig article, hashtag revolutionizing education with machine learning and AI, hashtag World University in School, and the Tulify AI Revolutionizing Education with Machine Learning and AI URL. How further, and potentially in India in all 22 official languages and in all 28 or so India states. And again, PPS, what do you think of the Harvard Graduate School of Education's Block Talk regarding its generative conversational AI for teachers to learn how to help students troubleshoot students learning to code with the Scratch programming language? And see the programming wiki school at World University and School in English with the following two sets of tweets. I referenced there, McLeod, Scott, GK, period, 2024, period. First set of tweets reads, brainstorming how to use hashtag Scratch blocks to move little hashtag GPegman to hashtag Harbin Springs, hashtag Gatehouse in hashtag G Street View, and further, spelled FURTHUR, like the hippie bus, further, with, I think, which is known regarding Ken Kesey, adventures, possibly with at Brian U28, BRINYU28, who is a Harvard computer scientist with 2 Harvard degrees, and may have helped write this Block Talk AI conversational generative program for helping teachers teach Scratch. Getting access from, with potentially Brian Yu, getting access from hashtag Peter Norvig to hashtag Google Street View. How could I get past the hashtag invisible wall in the Google Maps URL of the Harbin Hot Springs Gatehouse that I've included in this blog post to soak? And I also included my scratch.mit.edu/users/Scott World Univ and SCH URL. So again, brainstorming how to use Scratch blocks to move little Google Pegman to Harbin Springs Gatehouse in Google Street View and further, possibly with Brian Yu, 28, getting access from Peter Norvig to Google Street View. How could I get past the invisible wall and the Harbin Gatehouse in virtual Harbin, in a realistic virtual Harbin in Google Street View to soak? And further, second set of tweets, in World University, at World Univ and SCH, quote, revolutionizing education with machine learning and AI, end quote, World University in School, and with 200 WUS UNIVS regarding incredible Tulify AI WUS article, hashtag introducing Block Talk, hashtag Harvard GSE, and a video of an introduction to Block Talk, and hashtag WUAS codes, and a blog post in these regards from October of 2024, Great White Heron National Wildlife Refuge. Check it out. Pittsburgh, PA, with this blog post again as the reference. So that's also how to cite things in World University and Schools Wiki. And PPS, to Vishalvarya, Peter Norvig, Sid Mazumdar, and all, at nonprofit 501c3 MIT OCW-centric Wiki World University and School, how will a hashtag realistic virtual earth mentioned here in Peter Norvig's hashtag Tulify AIWS article for the first time by someone else in dash credibly, hashtag Pegman as a verb. So this little Pegman in Google Street View is the little icon or avatar at the bottom left corner. I want to turn this into a verb. How will a realistic virtual Earth pegman with hashtag avatar agent electronic health records with hashtag realistic virtual Earth for robotics and regarding hashtag WUAS Lego robotics at WUAS Press. So could we turn little Pegman into our own electronic health records for all kinds of digital health reasons? And could it also interoperate with a realistic virtual Earth for robotics, for Lego robotics, and at the WUS Press, WUS Corporation, WUS Educational Services bookstores for Lego robotics too. And this retweets Google AI artificial Twitter post, Google artificial intelligence Twitter post, introducing a new language to reward, language to reward system for interfacing LLMs, large language models, with robots using reward functions. Learn how the system's predictive control tool enables users to teach robots novel actions using natural language inputs, and a blog post from Google. So this is an incredible Twitter post regarding an incredible little video of what could be a virtual robot dog backing up, could be a Lego robotic dog as well, virtually and physically, and then standing up, breakdancing, and can be trained with a language to reward system for interfacing large language models with robots using reward functions. Remarkable opportunities for World University and School students in engaging robotics in a realistic virtual Earth with this. Agenda item 3, inspiration. Hashtag curated with Gemini, hashtag realistic virtual Harbin as hashtag WUAS field site at Harbin Book. So this is how can Gemini AI, Gemini Conversational Generative Artificial Intelligence, help further with inspiration? It's already very inspiring. And with regards to curating a realistic virtual Harbin as a WUS field site and at Harbin Book with regard to my second upcoming Harbin Hot Springs ethnographic book project, potentially from Google Street View with TimeSlider. So a set of tweets in these regards. Wow, and how will hashtag realistic virtual Harbin as hashtag WUS field site at Harbin Book in one hashtag realistic virtual Earth hashtag for everything further grow with this quote new in GMAPS inspiration curated with Gemini article and regarding Peter Norvig's incredible Tulify AI WUS article revolutionizing education with machine learning and AI. And also, how can we interface these potential developments of online field site in Google Street View with developing museums, all museums ever, in a hashtag realistic virtual Earth for museums. So think Google Street View with TimeSlider in all 7,164 known living languages with Google Translate 2, and World University and Schools plans to be in all 7,000 languages, and where Wikidata, Wikipedia is in more than 300 languages. And regarding Google Arts and Culture, a website that has been developing for some years now from Google. And could this Google Arts and Culture, with lots of museums and lots of images from museums, become a data source for a hashtag realistic virtual Earth for museums, all ever, in all 7,164 known living languages, and in extinct languages too. And this also retweets Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google and Alphabet's recent Twitter post. Exciting week for @Google Maps. Hit the 2 billion monthly user mark. And now you can ask Maps more complex questions, thanks to Gemini's creation, reasoning, and summarization capabilities, grounded in our knowledge of 250 million plus places around the world. So glad that Google Maps has so many users per month, far beyond a realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs, an iterating one as a field site, far beyond a realistic virtual Earth for museums, all museums ever, with Time Slider, and newly potentially with Gemini AI for Gemini's creation, reasoning, and summarization capabilities, and grounded in Google's knowledge via Gmaps, Google Earth, Google Street View of 250 million plus places around the world. A central focus in my Harbin Hot Springs ethnographic book, Naked Harbin Ethnography, 2016, the academic press at World University and School, is Harbin as place, giving rise to its culture there, or alternative culture, the Harbin Hot Springs warm pool, and meditating in the warm water, helping to inform Harbin Hot Springs' unique culture, counterculture, potentially as place. How can we begin to allow people to soak from home in their bathtubs while visiting virtual Harbin Hot Springs, a realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs? Agenda item 4, code for hashtag gene protuberances, like elephant trunks or mammoth trunks, and tusks, and fishes' fins, and beaks of birds, all these being protuberances that genes, in many ways, code for, create. And how code for gene protuberances like trunks, tusks, fins, and beaks at an interoperating hashtag G cell level, Google Atom level, and Google Street View level, with hashtag Time Slider levels. A set of tweets in these regards. How best in hashtag realistic virtual Earth to code for hashtag gene protuberances like trunks, tusks, fins, and beaks at interoperating hashtag G cell, hashtag G atom, hashtag G street view with hashtag time slider levels. Question Q regarding hashtag the way of the gene and ethics. I'll say that again. It's a proposed book title that I may explore as an idea 3 books out from now. So a question regarding hashtag the way of the gene and ethics, hashtag aging reversal, hashtag extreme longevity, and sex book idea. And see the blog post Planarium Triclads, Flatworms, from October of 2024 in these regards. I'll read the set of tweets again. How best in a realistic virtual Earth to code for gene protuberances like trunks, tusks, fins, and beaks at an interoperating Google Cell View, Google Atom View, Google Street View level with time slider. And question regarding the way of the gene and ethics, aging reversal, Extreme Longevity and Sex book idea in the Planariums, Triclads, Flatworms blog post. So the idea here in some ways is how do genetics create all these protuberances? What's the code for it? Can we even see it in whole sequence genomes? Can we begin to figure out how this code works and potentially use it to create genetic protuberances? And over the long run, potentially long beyond 122 years of age, and even for aging reversal. So our fingers, protuberances, and toes, our legs and arms also protuberances. Maybe. How do genes code for this? These may be epigenetic questions also, but how to do this at World University and School at the interoperating Google Cell View level, Google Atom View level, Google Street View with time slider levels. So we begin to understand how genetics produces protuberances in a virtual environment, in a realistic virtual Earth. And this retweets the Twitter post from George Church, the Harvard and MIT professor of genetics in the Harvard Medical School. His topmost post presently on 11/11/2024, which contains 3 pictures which include these protuberances on creatures of mammoths, of what looks like dolphin or a whale or a shark, and a woodpecker for trunk, tusks, fin, and beaks. And somehow, how could we code for gene protuberances at the cell view, atom view, and street view levels from possibly GWAS studies, genome-wide association studies, I think. What is it? Genome-wide association study. A GWAS is a description in genomics. A genome-wide association study is an observational study of a genome-wide set of genetic variants in different individuals to see if any variant is associated with a trait. And Marios Georgakis, November 9th, tweeted about a new release of GWAS summary statistics from 2,502 clinical endpoints from Finland, from FinGen_FI. They had more than 500,000 individuals, about 10% of Finland's population. And they were, in what ways could, in searching for such traits, perhaps protuberances as traits, in seeking to code for these, possibly from genomic studies in a realistic virtual Earth, how could we begin, and this is open source data, to use such data as in this GWAS study from Finland to find out how to create protuberances, possibly from this particular genomics study, or also from a whole genomic sequencing of a person or similar. And agenda item 4A, regarding aging reversal. I searched again on George Church age reversal and found an AI overview newly. Harvard geneticist George Church is a leader in the field of age reversal research and has conducted several studies that suggest that age-related diseases can be reversed through gene therapy. These include protein boosting. Church's lab studied how boosting proteins that decline with age can help organisms recover from age related diseases. Telomerase and follistatin, a study involving mice found that increasing the expression of these two proteins extended lifespan by 41.4% and 32.5%, respectively. Transcriptome clock. Church's lab developed a, quote, transcriptome clock, end quote, that can determine a cell's, quote, age, end quote, by analyzing gene network data and RNA sequencing. The lab then activated genes to see if they could revert cells to a younger state. Church is also known for his work in synthetic biology and personal genomics. He developed the first methods for genome sequencing, and his team invented CRISPR for human stem cell genome editing. Church has said that aging reversal is something that's been proven in animals and that it's not that far away for humans. He's also said that he's interested in bringing down the cost of age reversal therapies so that they can be equitably distributed. Agenda item 5, a set of tweets regarding World University Academic Medical School Center and the WS Longevity Genetics Institute moving forward into a newly safe Canyon, California 94516, departing Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania around Saturday, November 30th, 2024, in about 3 weeks. Set of tweets reads, seeking to move forward into Canyon 94516, departing Pittsburgh around Saturday, 11/30/2024, MIT OCW Centric Wiki World University and School WUS Academic Medical Center and WS Longevity Genetics Institute, and a WS News and Question and Answer video from 2022 or 2023 when I was in a safe house or unsafe house north of Berkeley in El Cerrito after moving out of Canyon, California, where I lived for about 13 years in around September 30th, 2020, about 6 months into the coronavirus pandemic. And a URL from harvard.edu news, lessons on human longevity from a rockfish, a very long-lived fish. And there's some rockfish species off the California coast. So how to do this in a realistic virtual Earth, and regarding nonprofit 501c3 World University and School in Canyon, California. Agenda item number 6, realistic virtual Earth for veterinary medicine. Set of quotes, set of tweets. Glad World Univ and School will take part in an FDA 2024 One Health virtual symposium on November 19th, 2024. So in about a week from tomorrow, with the FDA.gov veterinary medicine meeting, and regarding one realistic virtual Earth for hashtag veterinary medicine, hashtag veterinary med, and 200 startup, hashtag veterinary med SCHS online at MIT OCW Centric Wiki World Univ, hashtag WUS UNIVS, and the veterinary medicine wiki school in English. And I retweeted an incredible tweet from Rob Califf. He describes how federal agencies work with one another, in addition to how the Food and Drug Administration's various departments work with each other. Very helpful for World University and School in seeking to work with the FDA, potentially for pharmaceuticals too, and in a realistic virtual Earth as part of this One Health sort of in project that the FDA is developing. And a related set of tweets from around January 1st, 2023 regarding Wisdom Creek Ranch in Northeast Oregon and veterinary medicine there. and my cousin Ann Brown, who's a doctor of veterinary medicine. And in what ways could World University and School develop a related project for a whole variety of species, possibly on Wisdom Creek Ranch, both virtually and also physically, with working with the FDA and regarding aging reversal and extreme longevity genetics, and hashtag animal clinical trials in a realistic virtual Earth for genetics, a realistic Earth, and how will animal hashtag avatar agent electronic health records differ from humans? So part of this FDA virtual symposium is focusing on many species and agricultural species as well. So could World University and School, with Ann Brown, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine in Wisdom Creek Ranch, focus on some of these questions at Wisdom Creek Ranch and in a realistic virtual Earth as well? Agenda item 7, fascinating conversation with David Chalmers and Neil deGrasse Tyson and 2 others regarding what is consciousness. And in a remarkable video, check out the Clobia Gouldii Rainbow Finch blog post from November of 2024 in scott-mccloud.blogspot.com. Potentially going to add this to these sets of tweets to the Consciousness Wiki subject at World University and School, and replying to them. And with Heart Consciousness Church World Harbin Hot Springs in mind as well, and a realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs as a field site. What is consciousness? Subjective experience. Where is the seat of consciousness? Where is it in the human brain is one question that a realistic virtual Earth at the atomic and quantum levels, as well as the cell level and street view levels, could potentially help examine further. Regarding this particular remarkable conversation, philosophical conversation video, Neil deGrasse Tyson is a astrophysicist. So this is a set of tweets in these regards. Where is the hashtag seat of consciousness per this video? David Chalmers, what is consciousness? Question mark. Sitting in hashtag Harbin Hot Springs, hashtag warm pool WUAS, at hashtag realistic virtual Harbin, in hashtag realistic virtual Earth, to study these hashtag philosophical cues with hashtag brainwave headsets or headbands, streaming via Wi-Fi headbands to our hashtag avatar agent electronic health records, potentially at Kaiser Permanente, Northern California, potentially at World University and School, and seeking to create electronic health records for all 7.9 billion people, potentially for extreme longevity and aging reversal genetic questions. It's a consciousness talk on the Star Talk YouTube channel with Neil Tyson, Chuck Nice, comic, and Gary O'Reilly at My Threedle Feet, and with World University and School seeking to explore potentially studying further philosophically and scientifically the seat of consciousness with people sitting in the Harbin Hot Springs warm pool, either in Northern California or in their bathtubs at home, visiting virtual Harbin in WS multimedia room or in the back of their digital masks or in brainwave headsets or new hardware devices of all kinds. So I'll just read the description of this fascinating conversation between these four philosophers and astrophysicists and philosophically inclined folks. David Chalmers discusses the hard problem of consciousness. What exactly is consciousness, and why is it such a hard problem to solve? Neil deGrasse Tyson and co-hosts Chuck Nice and Gary O'Reilly take you deep into the mysteries of consciousness and objective reality. David Chalmers, a philosopher and physical scientist. How do we understand the core of subjective experience? We explore the philosophical and neuroscientific angles of consciousness. Why do some experts believe consciousness arises from the sensory cortex, while others point to the prefrontal cortex? And what does this mean for how we understand animals, AI, or even the very nature of our own minds? We question how consciousness evolved to discussions about the levels of consciousness in animals, babies, and humans under anesthesia. As the conversation turns to AI, the group contemplates the future of artificial consciousness. Could large language models like today's AI eventually develop consciousness? If not now, will they in the near future? And if we can simulate human consciousness in machines, are we creating philosophical zombies, entities that behave like us but lack awareness? These questions spiral into debates about reality, VR, and whether we're already living in a simulation. Could there be laws of consciousness waiting to be discovered, like the laws of physics? Or is consciousness simply an illusion, as some scientists propose? What are the core features of consciousness that scientists agree on? Buckle up for a fascinating journey that will leave you questioning not just what consciousness is, but whether any of this is even real. Check out the video. The video link is before this. Agenda item 8, the next two WS News and Question and Answer and monthly business meeting are this Saturday and next Monday. This Saturday, November 16th at 12 noon Eastern Time, Monday, November 18th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So the WS Corporation, the second wing of WUS, a for-profit general stock company legal entity in the state of California. And it's at worlduniversityandschool.org/academicpress.html presently. Agenda item A. So this is regarding a JP Morgan Chase Bank executive office calling, asking for the MIT OCW-centric Wiki World University and School to call Chase executive office with our WUS requests and with also ongoing WUS Chase Bank curated coaching, TAP meetings regularly. So in these regards, how best regarding your JP Morgan Chase Bank executive office call asking for the MIT OCW-centric Wiki World University and School to call you with our WS requests, which I did for the WS Corporation to get Chase Bank loans to begin our WS educational services stores and press, as well as potentially develop WS Corporation with the Pi cryptocurrency for all 7.9 billion people on the planet from you at World University as part of our today, building your brand strategy, Chase Bank curated coaching TAP session for WS2, and with information technologies, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and algorithms. For example, in a realistic virtual earth for everything, and a realistic virtual earth for pharmaceuticals. And see the FDA chairman's Rob Califf's MD's Twitter post for another incredible article with relevance to World University and School, besides Peter Norvig's incredible Toolify AI WUS article. So further, agenda item 2, agenda item B in the WS Corporation wing, will the physical digital WS educational services stores be able to make these THR3 humanoid robot MD professors of surgery with Toyota ambulance vans or similar available, and in all 29 states in India and in their main languages? And visit the Yakushima Macaque blog post from Friday, November 8th, 2024 in these regards. So this is a question also to potentially Nikhil, Manali, and Sonali, Garg, and Vic, 3 Indians who I met in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania 2 Fridays ago. And where Nick Manley works, got a master's in computer science at SUNY Buffalo, and now works at Walmart in Arkansas. And regarding WS seeking to create online and physical WS educational services stores, bookstores, computer stores, robotic stores, computer stores, hospital technologies, distribution centers, potentially even for humanoid robotics that become MD professors of surgery. Might we be able to make these THR3 humanoid robot MD professors of surgery with Toyota ambulance vans or similar available, and in all 29 states in India and in their main languages? And potentially first in the Telugu-speaking states in India, so Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. And regarding also Walmart being in about 19 out of 200 countries, and World University and School WS educational services stores seeking to be in all 200 countries for WS educational services stores, physical and digital, and potentially with Walmart software possibly in those 180 other countries, but potentially in a realistic virtual earth for all kinds of machine learning and artificial intelligence developments further in brand new ways. So agenda item C, I touched on this last Monday, humanoid robot. What will be the first successful one to the mass market? Will Toyota be it, or Toyota THR3s with hashtag Hyundai Robotics, hashtag Boston Dynamics Atlas, or the electric humanoid Atlas robot? And check out the Lemuro DIA blog post, the Lemuro Oide blog post from October of 2024 in scott-mccloud.blogspot.com in these regards. Set of tweets in these regards. A humanoid robot, first one to mass market, hashtag Toyota THR3s with hashtag Hyundai Robotics, hashtag Boston Dynamics Atlas, with an incredible video of the Boston Dynamics Atlas Electric working in an auto factory, sorting things, and Toyota to teach hashtag Atlas humanoid robot article from Auto Evolution in these regards, and potentially using, this is a question, the master maneuvering system from the THR3 or developments for that, on this. And it's a CBS News article showing a human in a master maneuvering system chair and a THR3 robot next to it, and potentially the human in that chair coding or programming through their physical movements and similar the THR3 with AI and machine learning, and with a hashtag realistic virtual earth for robotics, at World Univ and SCH, hashtag WUSUNIVS. So check out the Lemuridae blog post in these regards as well. So that's the news and question and answer today, November 11th, 2024. I'll post the recording to youtube.com/Scott McLeod World University, which is the current active YouTube channel for World University in School. An invitation to join monthly business meeting on Saturday at noon Eastern Time. Next WS News and question and answer on Monday, the 18th at 10 a.m. And I'll also post the recording of this to the main Twitter feeds for World University in School, twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH, twitter.com/WUAS Press, as well as to LinkedIn. Check out also the 2 blog posts in these regards for today at worlduniversityinschool.blogspot.com and scott-mcleod.blogspot.com on Monday, 11/11/2024. Till next week, email me if you have questions or know of prospective students, sgkmacleod@worlduniversityinschool.org. Until next week, bye.